All right. Welcome to CAPECAST. I'm back.
Hey!
You guys excited?
I'm so excited. Who are you?
My name's Ryan. I'm going to be joining the show more frequently now, hopefully.
Okay.
Yeah. How are you guys doing? Brandon, Alan? I feel like it's been forever, you know?
It has been.
I'm feeling a little red tonight, as you can tell.
You look red. I wish we had a Chevelle drop.
That's what I was fixing to say. Are you going to a
Seeing red
Chevelle
again?
That's what I was going to say. Is that a Chevelle thing?
Or Unwritten Law?
There you
Anybody?
go.
Anybody? Yeah.
I do know that one. Yeah.
Okay.
Look, he's here.
Tony.
Hey,
The man, the myth.
with the quickness.
On top of it.
Well, welcome back, Ryan. Where you been?
Yeah, I've been having a baby with my wife.
Oh, collective. Oh.
Yeah. She's currently sitting here next to me sleeping.
Hold her up.
Yeah.
Hold her up like Simba.
Lion King it.
We need
Yeah,
that drop.
Katie.
That's what we needed.
There you go. There she
Look
is
at it. It's like Katie.
in the distance.
She's full grown.
She's like, leave me alone. Yeah.
What the
Exactly.
Well, we'll try and keep it down. Baby sleeping.
Yeah. You know, it's funny because, you know, they say that they can hear stuff when they're in the womb. Like when the dogs bark or freak out, super loud, but doesn't do a thing to wake her up. Just because she's used to it, I guess. I don't know.
heck? Yeah. There you go.
But anyways, yeah, I guess before we get started, I should do the social stuff like we, you know, typically do.
Do you need me to pull that up for you?
I got it. I'm on top of it.
All right.
Hit the subscribe button here on YouTube and notification bell so you can stay up to date on all the videos we're putting out. We are on Twitter at CAPECAST Show. We're always talking all things superhero and geek related there. And then we have Patreon. It's patreon.com/CiNEMACHiNE So we appreciate all the support we get there. All right.
Do you guys, did any of you use the Gmail moniker Anonymous Dolphin?
Appreciate it, Tony.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it should be showing my Gmail account, I guess. I think. I don't know. But that ain't it.
I just figured this out recently.
That's an inside joke for those of you that aren't aware. But go back in the back catalog, you'll find it. It's not really worth it.
Brandon thought we were getting hacked. People trying to take down CAPECAST.
Yeah.
Is that a guy in the bushes?
It's a hot commodity.
Editors. That's right.
Yeah.
There you
Um,
Well, welcome back, Ryan. And
Thank
Alan,
you.
good to see you
Good to be
again.
back.
I didn't drop this last week, so I have to do it this time.
Alan.
So
I missed that.
It felt
if
weird.
something
It
felt off
weird.
last
Yeah,
week, that's what it
it did.
was.
It did. It wasn't that Ryan wasn't here. It was that. It was that.
Yeah.
drop.
Yeah.
That's what I-
Yeah. Well, I guess I'm controlling the dock today. Is that correct, Ryan?
Yeah, I'm working off my Mac tonight, so I got limited screen space.
Okay. Well, unless you want to say anything to the fine folks out in the YouTubes about your absence and thanking people for wishing you well with your baby, or I don't know if you want to do anything like that. But I would like
What
to
he
say,
said.
I would just like to say thanks to Alan for helping me, because otherwise I would have to do this by myself, and I just am not about that. So thanks, Alan.
Alan's a pro's pro. He's reliable.
Yeah, man.
You know,
He's
I'm here for you
reliable
guys.
AF, as they say.
I mean, legit, like anytime y'all send out the link, if I don't respond that I'm not showing up, then I'm showing up.
I love
The
it.
only
pretty
week
much
that
how
you
it works.
haven't been able to is when you were at Harry Potter or Universal, and even then, I think you said you're going to try and like jump on at some point. And I was like, "Don't enjoy your
So
vacation."
jump on,
We're
on
live
the
at
Hulk ride or
Disney.
on the Hulk ride or something.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get started. Ryan, some
Let's
things
do
have
it.
happened.
It's been so long since we talked about. I
I
got to
know.
talk about.
I
This
hate
stuff.
that because last week we had a lot of Matrix stuff. We got some Matrix stuff this week too, but
Stuff we didn't watch.
well, some stuff we did, some stuff we didn't.
Yeah.
Anyway, the first kind of thing is that Batgirl has officially begun filming. Now I don't know if this is an official logo or not, but that's at least what's on the slate. And then we've got the title of Officer Barbara Gordon in that photo. I'm sure there's some other things hidden in this photo. It seems like there's some like film canisters in the back. What?
Yeah, I also saw a photo. It looks like it's going to be set in winter. Some snow on the ground and whatnot.
Yeah. Oh, from the set.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Those film canisters have got to be the Snyder Cut, right? That's what that's about.
Right.
Okay.
Right. What else could they be?
It's all over footage of Batfleck.
Batfleck.
Batfleck. One thing that caught my eye was this 60 frames per second on the slate.
Yeah.
I'm curious as to what. I mean, I imagine that's just something that they're shooting at a higher frame rate for maybe some slow-mo and post, because I mean, it's not.
Yeah.
I don't think it's one of those.
That's kind of weird. That's kind of like that, like middle range. Like it's not like slow-mo, but it's not.
Yeah, it's well, it's like soap opera or video game frame rate. Like a good solid video game frame rate is what they shoot for, 60. But yeah, it's just caught my eye. I don't know what it could be besides maybe they're just shooting some sort of something that they're gonna down convert to 24 frames, make it slower.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Better to shoot fast than slow.
Yeah, it's weird because it's not divisible by 24. It kind of falls into that, was it 3.2 pull down territory where you find like LED TVs that have the 60 hertz versus 120 hertz, and movies are shot in 24 frames, and so you got to do this like weird fraction of a frame thing. But I don't know. That just caught my eye. But what's your guys' pulse on Batgirl right now?
I thought it was hilarious that I can't. Is it Josh Horowitz that did the
I think
the
so.
interview with J.K. Simmons last week?
I think so. Yeah.
He was just kind of talking about all the Batgirl stuff, and he was just like, "That's out there, right? That's announced."
Yeah.
No, not really, but okay.
Nobody knows, not even the actors. Is this happening?
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, that was comical, I guess. I don't know. What's comical?
Looks like Al might be infiltrating the chat.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That let it be known. It is Al.
Disclaimer.
Yeah, I mean, I'm cautiously. I mean, I want to be very excited for a lot of these projects, but you know how it is. In the back of my head, I'm like, how are they going to screw this up? What are they going to do? What are they going to do to make me upset? So
yeah, especially everything in the DCEU, whatever that is these days. I don't know. It gives me even more reservation or pause.
Yeah, we should be so excited. There's like 6 films in the DCEU that are coming out in the next 2 years. I mean, it's crazy, and I'm so scared of every one of them. Like, no.
I think when we see the Flash, we're either gonna be excited moving forward or just like, nope, this ain't it.
Yeah. But a friend of mine texted me this week who's kind of like surface level into this kind of stuff. And he was like, so what are they going to make a Flash movie? And I was like, well, they're actually making one right now, believe it or not. And here's the trailer. And I was like, yeah, so it's kind of a multiverse story, kind of similar to what they've done with Spider-Man or what they're doing with Spider-Man. And
it's just going to be one day too late again.
Right. And I was like, in this one, Barry ends up in Michael Keaton's Batman's universe. He's like, "Oh, that sounds amazing." And I was like, "Yeah, that was amazing."
Yeah, if you're into that kind of thing.
Yeah. Because, God, I hate, that's what I was saying the other day. I was like, man, I really hate not being able to be stoked about these movies because on paper that should make me really excited. But
oh, for sure. It's literally a case of them deciding to just not like completely discontinue everything that we love about what DC is doing.
Yeah.
Like if they were still doing all the Snyder stuff and this stuff as well, I'd be stoked for all of it. It's just, we're not getting fed.
And yeah, it's true. Well, speaking of Snyder stuff, we got some numbers the other day.
Numbers.
Yep. Yeah, so they released a few numbers. Well, the marketing team that I can't remember their name. I can find it. Homebrew Agency released a bunch, basically just showing how successful this
basically
was.
A big case study.
Yeah. So, I mean, these things continue to kind of pop up, and we're like, well, why aren't we getting more of I don't understand. It doesn't make
it makes no sense on any level. Like, it's just not even it's not even it just makes no sense.
Yeah. But still good to
and
see.
all of the like merch and stuff that's still coming out. Like
I know every day it's like
still
something
producing
else.
merch.
Tomorrow there's a new print being released.
Think about like Wonder Woman 84. They announced all their stuff before the movie came out. And nothing else was produced. Like nothing. And there's
because it's legit
turd.
It's almost one of the only
rolling in the wind.
Rolling in the wind. But it's almost the only DCU movie that I could buy a steelbook for at Best Buy right now is Wonder Woman. The only one I don't want is Wonder Woman 84. I mean, don't get me wrong. It really is a cool steelbook, but I don't want it. Like I don't.
Yeah. I haven't bought it either.
Keep that fish out of my house.
I'm giving it the Birds of Prey treatment. Once it hits $4.99, I'll scoop it up.
Yeah, I picked it up for $8.
I saw your video is great. You have to play that on the show one day.
Yeah,
making fun of the.
Maybe I'll do that.
Cover art.
Yeah. I guess another thing that kind of popped up regarding ZSJL was Variety released their top 10 films of the year, and Zack Snyder's Justice League, number 8. No
with
other
a nice
superhero movies.
And a nice little excerpt there describing it. That's lovely. You don't see that much. Yeah,
you don't.
It's great.
Zach even posted about it, saying that it was cool of them to put him on there. So it's nice.
And I think Variety was, when they were doing the kind of the press for it, I think the Hollywood Reporter was the trade that was kind of he was working with, correct? Like when he did the
Hollywood Reporter historically is kind of the mouthpiece for WB, for better or for worse. Damage Control as well.
Isn't that the trade that did the where he did the shoot with Leto and Deathstroke and whatnot? So. Yeah, I think Variety was kind of not that way, so it's kind of cool to see them. Put something not positive about it.
Indeed. So yeah, that's all. I mean, it's great. Top 10. Imagine that.
Yeah. No, thank you. That's what WB says.
Yeah. Don't give me any more of that crap.
And then just kind of, what's up, Nani? And then just kind of like on the heels of that, there was an interview with Cavill a few days ago. It was yesterday, where he was just basically, it's one of those like talk show interviews, and he was just talking about still having the suit.
Capes in the closet.
Yeah. And Capes in the closet is the new hierarchy of the DC universe. It's about to change. But yeah, waiting for the call was
he mentioned it still fits too. I just picture him like running around the house with his dog in costume, like jumping off the stairs and
see, Cal, it still fits.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that made us very sad, amongst other things that continue to make us sad with comic book movies. But What are you gonna do, Alan? What'd you think about Cavill's comments? Once again, saying that he's just kind of waiting around. You know, that old little gif from behind the scenes of Man of Steel when he's just like waving at the camera over here.
I don't know. I mean, God knows I'd love to see him again. I hope we get to. I really hope that the reason that we're not seeing anything on hardly any of these DC movies is because they're trying to figure out a way to work these guys back in there without sounding like too big a pushover, you know, by caving to the cult.
Did you guys see Dwayne Johnson's quote that came out earlier today?
Not the one from today, no.
About not knowing which
this
Superman
is a total film article. The headline is Dwayne Johnson's confident that we'll see his Black Adam take on Superman. The quote is, "I don't know who that Superman is going to be, and I don't know who's going to play him." And I'm just like, in my mind, just middle fingers.
Yep. Part of me, the optimistic part of me is like, maybe he's just playing coy. He and Cavill share the same agent, so you would think
that's why it's so that's why I'm pessimistic about it, because they share the same agent.
Yeah. No, I'm just trying to be positive.
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
That is disheartening, but I don't know. We'll see. I feel, and a lot of other people kind of feel pretty confident. I think Film Junkie actually has gone on record as saying he feels very confident that Cavill's showing up in Black Adam, but we'll see. I don't know if he has anything that that gives credence to that or not, or if it's just a hunch. But I hope he's right.
Same.
Yeah. All right. The Batman HBO Max series, Gotham, whatever it's going to be called, PD, or I don't know.
Yeah, Gotham PD or something.
Will feature the return of Colin Farrell's Penguin.
The return of the Penguin that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah. I mean, that's good. If they're going to do a show based on the kind of underbelly of Gotham, then it seemed like they're kind of teeing up a lot of these characters in the Batman to explore later in films or the show or whatever it is. I think it's a no-brainer to have him involved when it comes to something like that. I guess it was a question mark considering, A, high-profile actor, and also B, it's like a lot of prosthetics. So is that something that he's going to want to put himself through for another however many, months of filming? But it seems like he is, and so that's cool. What do you guys think about him being involved in the show? So far, I guess we have Jeffrey Wright confirmed as Commissioner Gordon in that show, and I don't know if anything else has been confirmed besides showrunner changing, which is a bummer. Terrence Malick was originally showrunning it, I believe, and he dropped out for creative differences. I can't remember who's doing it now. But
Alan, what do you think?
I don't know. I guess it just depends
Not
on
Terrence Malick, Terrence Winter. Sorry. Terrence Malick, completely different guy.
I mean, for me, honestly, it depends on the timeline situation. Is this pre-Batman, the show? Is it going to be a younger Penguin? I
think in this version, Val Kilmer is Batman. That's what I heard.
Well, that'll be a very quiet role. Sorry. Oh, man,
Burn.
I just realized I said that live.
Our viewers just dropped a 1.
But no, I mean, I guess my thing is like, I don't know how you have a Gotham PD or whatever the show's going to be called and not have Batman in it somewhere. So, I mean, I don't know how to feel about it, because how do you have all these other characters and not have Batman? You know what I mean? Like,
I just hope it's not one of those, like, I don't want it to be kind of like cheesy where like they're always like kind of not showing Batman, like, you know what I mean?
Gotham,
like,
yeah,
or Titans.
Batwoman did the same thing in season 1. There was a lot of like black shadows flying by, and that's all you really got of Batman. It'll be interesting to see. I'm obviously excited about the movie.
Minus the suit.
So I was thinking, say Black Shadows. black shadows instead of the suit, hey,
that might be better.
be a win.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that any day.
Basement Blue's on the same page as you, Brandon, like Gotham.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm right there with you. I am excited for this. You know, putting my grievances aside with the WB and the way they've ran things, I am excited for this as a standalone project. So, well, as far as the Reeves universe, if that's what it is, you know, that's what we're calling it.
What is a universe in DC these days? You know,
I don't know.
Just throw stuff against the wall, see what sticks.
Yeah. All right. This one is initially not superhero related, but it's going to tie into something super related as far as the question I'm going to ask. So it was in the press that Gal Gadot's Cleopatra movie, that Patty Jenkins is no longer going to be directing it, and the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, one of the directors of the show, she's going to be directing it. Now, I only posed this article because Patty is staying on as a executive producer. It said in the article that she's using it to focus on Rogue Squadron and Wonder Woman 3. Do we think that's the case? It got delayed.
I thought she got. Well,
is
it got delayed.
Is what the official, you know, like statement was. What do we reckon? What?
Was it really delayed? I was thinking delayed, something more.
Put on hiatus, something to that effect.
Gotcha.
Not canceled. Basically kicked down the road is one way of reading it. And I don't know. I just, well, I texted you guys and I was like, just remove her from Wonder Woman 3. That's all I really care about.
Please. While you're at it, bring in Zack Snyder.
Yeah, they'll never do that. Never, ever do that. Just, I mean, even optics, they just wouldn't even attempt. But still, like, bring in somebody, like, based on what happened with Wonder Woman. I had a conversation with somebody this weekend about this movie, actually, about Wonder Woman 84, and I was like, I don't know. I want to give her the benefit of the doubt in terms of, like, when this movie was created, that maybe it was studio involvement, Jeff Johns, something that made her make this kind of campy, you know, whatever it is.
Call it campy. It was just bad.
Just, I mean, it's true. Yeah. But like, I want, that's what I'm saying. I want to give her the benefit of the doubt. But at the same time, my mind goes, well, I kind of feel like because of the way things went with the first Wonder Woman, they probably gave her more creative control.
She was so on board with like she was so stoked about this movie. Just all the press that she did. Like, I think this was her baby.
Yeah.
It's like
it did provide us with one of the best gifts ever of the paper flying in Wonder Woman's face and like sticking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I don't even remember that.
This is just hilarious watching her and ZSJL, you know,
it's in the end when she's
and then she gets smacked in the face with a piece of paper.
And it just like stays there for a second. She's like
it's just
the wind turbine scene.
Yeah.
It's just a black hole.
I told Brandon there was that just raw footage that came out of the Flash a couple years ago when he was doing the like creating tornadoes with his fist. Yeah. And
Supergirl's like jumping.
And but you can't see, it's no effects. It's just
there's no effects. It's all just
I told Brandon that scene without any effects in it would give it a run for its money for
without them like adding the shaky earthquake effect from the camera. Just them like stumbling. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I really wish that if they are going to make another Wonder Woman, I just hope that somebody else comes in and helms it.
Yeah.
Based on previous entry, I just don't have any faith that it'll be something.
I mean, kind of what Alan was saying, kind of salt in the wound was ZSJL coming out after that, and the incredible take on everything Amazonian. And then you go back and you look at some of the sequences in that movie, and you're just like, what on earth? Like,
yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. One more DC thing. And that is they had a little bit of a Black Adam feature that I guess is in the Total Film issue, the 2022 preview issue, which had a little more high res look at the suit and then some behind the scenes photos.
Mm-hmm.
You look, I don't have it that magnified on this image, but there's a lot of like glyphs similar to like the Kryptonian glyphs in Cavill's suit.
Mm-hmm.
So that was cool to see. Which, I mean, they still have a lot of the aesthetic elements from, those movies going forward in a lot of these movies.
Yeah.
Costuming and, things like that. But, I do like this suit. I think
I agree.
I think it's
cool.
And I saw another article today, I think, that said that they removed the padding from the suit for The Rock. Do you believe that, Ryan?
I do believe that.
As a person with muscles, do you believe this?
I do believe that. He is an animal.
That's what I mean. Don't get me wrong. I'm excited to see for the possibility of Henry Cavill standing toe to toe with him, but at the same time, he's going to make him look so small when he stands next to him. And Henry Cavill's huge, I mean, it's ridiculous.
They'll just they can upscale him, shoot him on green screen, and upscale him.
They will severely pad Superman's suit for that movie.
Well, they did.
Maybe the Rock will play Superman.
Yeah.
I always think about that scene in BVS when Superman's walking through the courtroom, and it looks like he can't really move his arms. Like he's go back and watch it. Yeah,
I am familiar. Yes,
but I am excited for this movie. And I mean, what is it? It comes out. I had it down here. Oh, I thought I did. Nope. I don't. It comes out. It is next year, but I'll find it. Black Adam, July 29th, 2022. Yeah. So when I'm wondering if maybe we'll get a trailer attached to. I'm trying to think of a big WB Matrix.
The Matrix. That's what I was thinking. Maybe that one.
Yeah. That's a good thing about like the Christmas season of movies. You got all these tentpole movies coming out, and you typically get a lot of trailers, and you get a lot of trailers that aren't coming out for a while as well. So we shall see. All right. Anything else y'all want to say about? I didn't really read much of the articles besides what you mentioned earlier about the Superman.
No, I really didn't like that quote. That's the only thing I had to say about it.
All right. Let's see. Well, Venom's coming out on Blu-ray, Ryan, in 4K UHD.
Good.
You excited for that?
Can't wait. Have you seen it yet?
Happy.
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen it yet, but I'll probably be buying it because my nephew really loves the first movie, and over the Christmas break he's wanting to watch this one. So
make sure you keep your finger on the volume on this one so you don't blow your ears out.
Is that the nature of the film?
Oh yeah. At least it was in the theater I was in. I don't know.
Did you go to Dolby Cinema?
Good Lord. Yes. Yeah.
That's something that I'm finding to be pretty common going to Dolby Cinema. Like they have it just a little bit too loud.
Yeah.
Even for me.
When Carnage was shrieking, I was just like, stop. Just
what
stop.
About when Shriek was shrieking?
That too.
But yeah, I'll probably pick this up because it's either that or rent it, and I might as well just buy it.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, look, I'll get it too. Let's be honest. I'm a completionist. I'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm not in a
Alan?
hurry to rewatch it. I'll just buy it.
Alan, you gonna buy it?
Yeah, I will. Same reason as
Did
everybody
you see
else.
it though?
No, I haven't seen it yet either.
Yeah.
I'll buy it mainly because I know Cal will eat it up.
I
He'll
know we
watch it a
had
million times. You know.
we had Ryan and was it Britt spoil it for us
Yeah.
Yeah.
post show.
Chris saw it
Yeah.
also.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, I'll probably be picking up that in the coming weeks.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So one other thing that we were all probably pleased to hear is that
Yes.
Kevin Feige officially confirmed that Charlie Cox is coming back as Daredevil. Now, when he wouldn't clarify.
I'm more excited about this than any of the Spider-Man. I'm so excited about this. It's great.
Yeah.
I love it. I love this character so much.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this the other day. Daredevil might be my favorite Marvel character.
He's one of mine. Well, probably because he's a lot more in line with Batman.
Yeah.
For an a Marvel character.
He's got little pointy things on his head.
Yeah, that's it.
Stays out in the night. Yeah.
Yep. That's the connection.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of rewatching the Netflix show right now. And I honestly, and it's partially a nostalgia thing. I love the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie, director's cut especially. It's just, it's a fun flick.
Yeah, it is.
Also just got this, I may have mentioned it before, I also got this soundtrack on vinyl, the Netflix show, first season.
Oh yeah, I just sent a picture of it. That's cool.
Oh my gosh, what in the world, Nani? Come on.
Nani, leave the show right now and start watching it.
Yeah, don't watch us. Go watch Daredevil. Oh, it's so good.
It really, really is. It's by far my favorite Marvel series that they've made, Disney Plus or otherwise. Yeah.
I still haven't watched season 3 of Daredevil. I lost a lot of enthusiasm.
Well, he's back now. Now you can watch it.
That's true. It is true. Once, because they canceled it before it aired, and I was like, well, I'm not very motivated to watch it now.
Yeah.
I failed you.
I'll you.
But yeah, that was exciting to finally get confirmed.
That was great to see Feige just straight up like, he's back.
Surprising.
I know
he doesn't do that.
I know. It was great.
That's right.
But yeah, so I assume you guys feel the same way. I feel pretty confident that Spider-Man is where we're going to see him first pop up. Do we feel like we're going to see any other of the Netflix Marvel characters?
Probably.
Maybe specifically D'Onofrio.
I think so.
I would love to see Punisher, Bernthal back as Punisher.
Well, speaking of, Bernthal was doing a press and said that he would love to take another shot at the Punisher, but only if they can do it right.
Love it. You stick to your guns, buddy.
Keep the mouse away from Punisher.
Yeah. That's gonna be the the thing to get by is
Mm-hmm.
you get this Deadpool thing sorted out and just do Punisher the same way. Just do it.
Well, if we get to see Daredevil in any shape, form, or fashion, that'll give us some sort of idea.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned about that too. I don't want to see them kind of Bucky Daredevil.
Oh God,
from the Netflix series.
Yeah.
No nerfing of these characters, please.
Yeah.
Yep. Yet, I mean, I think obviously I'm a Bernthal stan, so I'm gonna root for this for sure. But I definitely can see the hesitancy on Marvel and / Disney's part from doing a character like this, which is unfortunate. It's kind of like what Alan and I were talking about last week with Blade, hoping that doesn't get in the way of them really doing something cool with that character. So, I think I want to say that Feige, I saw a quote from him that soon there would be clarification on what Netflix versions of these characters will be carried over.
I'm
feel
interested to see that too. Like if they're gonna go the variant route thing, or if they're gonna. I really, especially with Daredevil, I just hope they just do. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, and I mean, he can be a variant version of him. Just make him the exact same way as the other one was. You know,
Yeah.
it doesn't. You know, he can. I'm not. You know, I'm not as attached to Foggy as much as just give me Charlie Cox. We can work on the rest of that later.
Sure.
I would love to see Kingpin as well, but I don't know.
I feel like we might be good. Did you guys watched? Okay,
I think Hawkeye might be headed that way. Yeah.
For sure. Colin Farrell's Kingpin, or not Kingpin, but Colin Farrell's Bullseye.
Bullseye. I did.
More peanuts, please.
Yeah, more peanuts. She's slipping.
Yeah. I feel like if we're getting Charlie Cox, I feel like Vincent D'Onofrio
seems inevitable.
Probably a good bet that he's coming back.
He also tweeted about when Cox was announced that he was coming back, that he was happy for him and whatnot. I don't know. I just feel like you can't do one without the other.
And he also tweeted about what's her name that played Karen. About bringing her back as well. So
right.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah. I liked her too. And I don't know. I don't know if Jessica Jones. I know that was a pretty popular version. Like people enjoyed her portrayal.
I like that show as well.
I like the first season. I never watched season 2. Iron Fist and Luke Cage.
Nick Cage.
I mean, I really liked. I mean, Luke Cage wasn't. I mean, I like Luke Cage better than I did Iron Fist, but I mean, I liked all of them. I'd be happy with bringing all of them back.
Yeah, my main two would be Daredevil and Punisher. Jessica Jones would be cool. I'm not as
I would love to see the whole Defenders lot come back at some point. That'd be neat.
Redemption after that.
Yeah, because they built that up so bad, and I was just like, oh, come on, guys. Come on, guys.
Yeah. Indeed. I watched the Defenders show without even seeing Iron Fist and Luke Cage seasons. I was just like, I'll just watch it because I'm not going to watch the other shows. It's just can't do it. All right. Just a quick little thing that I thought was cool, which is if you have Spider-Man, the remastered or the Miles Morales version, you're going to get these No Way Home suits December 10th, I think it said. I can't remember for sure. Which is cool. There's a lot of cool suits that they've kind of put out. And I think the suit that I always play with is the Far From Home red and black suit, I believe, is the one that I'm always using. So, but yeah, these will be free.
Surprised you're not going straight up Toby.
I've used it, but it just looks. I don't know what it is about it on this character model, but it just looks. It doesn't look great to me. I don't know if they put out Garfield's suit. I'm not positive.
They should if they haven't.
Yeah, it's a great one.
Fantastic.
But yeah, Alan, do you have these games? I think I probably asked you that before.
The boys do.
So, the boys.
Yes, inadvertently, yes, I have the games.
Yeah. I think this may be exclusive to the PS5 version, but I'm not positive about that. So sorry.
Do I right?
I'll get it though. All right. Speaking of Spider-Man, had some villain posters came out.
Better than the other posters. Not great, but better than the other posters.
Not great. They also had that. They also had that panel with the three of these guys,
which was great. It was fun to listen to.
Yeah. I heard
they had this poster, this Doc Ock, but someone tweeted this Doc Ock character poster with the Spider-Man 2 poster where he's featured, and I was just like, how have we gone so far, like taking such a huge step back after 20 years? Like,
yeah, it is amazing. I was
like, what?
not to like bury the lead, but so I watched Spider-Man Homecoming last weekend, and I was prepping a graphic to for the show, and I was like, man, all these posters are terrible. Like they're all so bad.
Like, you know the one that I'm talking about of Spider-Man 2 where he's like looking back at camera, like with the arms out.
Yeah.
It's just way, way better than anything they've done.
Yeah. Well, I think somebody had mentioned this, that it would have been cool if they had used this movie, like created Tom Holland versions of those old classic Spider-Man posters.
Yeah. I think I said something. I think I said something about that to somebody, but I don't know if I was talking to you guys about it or what. But yeah,
maybe.
that was. I don't know why. I mean, it seems like such a missed opportunity to have done that. That would have been so cool. You know,
I feel like they would have done it, and it just would have been awful Photoshop. Yeah, it would have looked terrible anyways.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand what's going on.
And these posters, man, they have everything looks so I don't know, unfinished. Like there's no, like the layers are so rigid.
I'm hoping they just squeezed every drop of money into the film and had to use these crappy posters because they had nothing left. You know, I'm hoping that's it.
Well, again, I feel like it's the nature of them trying to hold, not just the terrible poster idea, but them trying to hold back on showing the thing that everybody, and I say everybody that's in the know.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's another thing that I continue to discover is how much we live in a bubble when I talk to the people that don't follow this stuff so closely. It's like they have no idea what's coming at all, which is awesome for them.
Right.
But yeah. Anything else on the posters?
I did like that you got a really good shot of the arc reactor on Electro's chest in the poster. That plays along to that whole them picking through Stark Tech for new suits or whatever. So
I didn't even pick up on that. That is cool.
Yeah. So I'd say that definitely the arms, the tentacles are probably Stark related. You know,
he goes in there, gets his arc reactor, finds a little like solution he developed to give him hair, grabs that.
Well, in Amazing Spider-Man 2, after he becomes Electro, the gap in his teeth is fixed.
Yeah.
So
magnetic teeth.
Nani says, so if they give posters for free, I'm guessing you guys don't want one.
I mean, I need some fire starter.
Yeah. Would I put that on my wall? No, I wouldn't.
No, not a chance.
But
if it was signed by one of the actors, maybe.
That's what I was fixing to say. I would think it was signed. But
tall order. But
the Electro suit, I keep going back to it, but it almost has a little bit of a whiplash feel to it.
That's all I can think about when I see it.
Yeah, so he may have pieced together something out of that. I don't know.
Maybe.
Mickey Rourke's theory. Mad.
Yeah. But his face is so tight, you won't ever know it. You know,
I've won by bird.
Yeah.
Okay.
She gets it.
She gets it all. She's the best.
Except for Daredevil. She needs to watch Daredevil.
That's pretty lame, but other than that, it's pretty cool.
It was confirmed, I think, yesterday that Destin Daniel Cretton, which is the original director for Shang-Chi, is coming back for a sequel and MCU Disney Plus series. I was excited to see this because I enjoyed that movie. I know, Ryan, you weren't as high on it.
Yeah. I also saw something today. I don't know if it was legit or not, but it's apparently supposed to be a comedy. So
what's going to be a comedy?
The series?
The show.
I don't expect anything less from Disney Plus at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I hope it's gonna be buddy cop, him and Aquafina. It's gonna be so great, so wholesome. Can't wait.
Yeah, I think I said this. Maybe it was with Alan last week, but Aquafina, or maybe it was with Al. I don't even remember. But she didn't bother me as much as she normally does in other movies that I've seen. So.
Yeah, she definitely had her moments where I was
Makes one of us.
Yeah, but some of the time she was just like there. She was just like a background character almost.
I just felt like she didn't even have to be in the movie.
That's what I mean. She was like a background character a lot of the time. Really, she was just back there in the background going.
She solely served as a distraction for me. That was the only purpose of her character for me, was to distract me.
Yeah.
Well, she's pretty quick with a bow and arrow, though. I wish I was able to pick up skills like
lift
that.
It up
quick.
I know, right? Picked up on that too.
Kind of like this.
What was that voice?
Kind of like this.
So one thing that surprised me is that news came out that She-Hulk will be completely CGI.
Oh boy.
I wouldn't have gathered that based on the little glimpse that we got.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you've got to at least figure height wise. I mean, they may just use her, but stretch her out a little bit. I don't know.
Stretch her out.
Stretch her out a little bit.
You're gonna do the transform tool and not hold the shift key.
Not hold the shift key.
Well, it's one way to do it.
Oh man.
She'll be a little more feminine, I guess, than Bruce Banner's Hulk. I don't know.
I hope she just wears sweatpants like Bruce Banner's Hulk does now, and cut off the sweatshirts.
These are crazy times.
We talked about this when they had that Disney Plus little tease, and it just seemed like it's just her in green makeup based on that picture, but I don't know. Maybe it is some sort of. I mean, obviously, it said the news was that it's going to be completely CGI, so we'll see how that turns out. But it is a wait and see for sure.
Of the things in Marvel, that's probably other than Miss Marvel, that might be at the bottom of my list that I am interested in at the moment.
Yeah, I would probably agree.
Yeah, I've actually got Miss Marvel above that. So
I might too.
I just based on I know that a lot of people gave the Avengers game a lot of flack, but Cal, I sat and watched him play it a good bit when he first got it, and her story, the Miss Marvel backstory, was actually pretty cool. A cool little start to the game. So
nice.
It kind of got me a little more invested in her than I thought I would have been. So yeah,
nice.
Cool. That's cool. Did either of you guys watch that Morbius clip they released?
I did not. I tried to stay away from it.
Same. Alan, did you watch it?
I did. I watched that.
Okay. Talk about it.
Thumbs up.
We didn't
thumbs
watch
down.
It was pretty cool. I mean, I'm still decently excited for the movie. I wouldn't say like I'm over the moon for it by any means, but
yeah,
he's such a method actor that he really does good in almost anything that you put him in. That looks a little Requiem for a Dream right there. But
somehow Katie had not seen this. The trailer's been out for, it seems like, years at this point. And had not seen the trailer until we went to go see Ghostbusters Afterlife, and they played it beforehand.
Oh yeah, they did play one there.
And halfway through the trailer, Michael Keaton's Vulture character comes on screen, and she looked at me like, "Is that the?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's it."
So they played the old trailer in front of Ghostbusters. That's interesting because that second trailer was definitely a stock up type trailer for me. Like I thought it was much better.
They play. It was almost like a combo of the first and second.
I guess you're right, because
they did have the I am Venom, thing. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
They did have that at the end. you know.
That's interesting. Well, yeah, I didn't.
Not like this. Not like this.
That was a complete accident. Didn't even mean to play that.
I was gonna say.
I was gonna say,
Is Al just dropping in to throw some drops up?
Yeah, I was trying to do this, and I hit the wrong button. My apologies. I did.
If you go back and watch trailer
That
2,
was a real smooth Matrix trend.
There you go.
Transition there, Brandon. Got it.
When he says that about I am Venom, and then he says, "No, it's me, Dr.
Morbius, Dr.
Morbius."
Michael Morbius.
He sounds like when the Joker is talking to Batman.
Kind of.
ZSJL, I'm your friend. You know, that's what it sounds like.
I'm your best friend.
I'm your best friend. Who's going to give you a retron? I only do that because I know what it does to Brandon every time somebody says it.
Brandon's like, screw the Snyderverse. All right.
That's probably my only complaint with that movie. Just that one line.
You got so close too. We sit down with the boys to watch that. I don't know if I've ever even told y'all this. We were watching it, and that line comes across, and Mandy just goes. She just stared at me like, "What the hell?" Like,
gave you the eyes.
I had told her there were F-bombs in it, so we knew those were coming. And then when she heard that, she was like, "Great! Now how am I going to explain what that is to Cal?" You know, like
they let Leto.
Yeah, I do love that after he delivered the line that he looked at Snyder and he was like, "Good luck keeping that in." And Snyder was like, "You just wait."
Yeah,
that's pretty funny.
Nothing to lose.
Yeah,
as we can see now.
What's even more hilarious is they let him keep that line in, but they would not let him keep the Green Lantern in. Isn't that weird?
Really?
You know what I mean?
They didn't let him?
Yeah, you
know. Thought I saw him.
What?
Yeah, I'm your best friend.
Here we are,
Let's not do this. All right, so moving to a little bit of Star Wars news. This was actually from a few weeks ago, but I saved it because I wanted Ryan to comment on it. And that is Matt Smith was doing an interview, and he was cast in Rise of Skywalker, but then got cut. And I didn't film anything, but got cut from the movie prior to when he was supposed to film. And he mentioned that his character was gonna be a big shift in the history of Star Wars. So a lot of people were kind of like theorizing what that character could have been, what that, as far as like what we possibly could have seen. Do we think that he was originally going to be like a Palpatine's son type character that a lot of people theorized? Do you have any comments on that? I feel like, I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, I think the Palpatine angle, because I'm indifferent with Rise of Skywalker. I understand people's grievances with it, with the trilogy, but I enjoy it overall. But I definitely feel like the Palpatine stuff is tacked on.
For sure. If anything, and I think most people kind of suspected this, that she was maybe going to be somewhat of an Obi-Wan relation, originally, at least. So yeah, that wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah. So I just wonder if instead of introducing a new character that was Palpatine's son, if they just used the Rey lineage Palpatine storyline to kind of combine that. It's possible. Yes. It's crazy
Brian
because
Johnson.
God. It's funny because Matt Smith was also supposed to have a major character arc in Terminator Genesis, and that basically got cut. He had like a 5-second bit part.
Poor guy. Isn't he in the new Game of Thrones?
He plays.
Yes. He's one of the Targaryens.
He plays one of the Targaryens. I'm not sure which one.
Yeah. Rhaegar, maybe. I don't know.
My favorite doctor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I know
That's
you
great.
guys aren't.
Oh yeah.
Crazy Doctor Who fan.
I've only watched maybe 2 episodes of Doctor Who.
It's kind of like that's kind of like the equivalent of somebody watching the first season of The Office and saying that they don't like it. You know what I mean? Like, got to get past that. Yeah.
Well, you don't know which ones I watched. I watched David Tennant episodes.
Oh, okay.
I enjoyed them.
Yeah. His were good.
So,
I'm not going to lie. We got to the Lady Doctor and I kind of stalled out. We just kind of quit watching it. It's like when the doctor lost his stuff, quit watching it.
Okay. Moving on.
Sorry.
It's okay, Alan. It's all right. So Kathleen Kennedy's gonna keep on keeping on over at Lucasfilm.
Jeff called me immediately. He's stoked.
I'm sure he is
excited about this.
He's always been a very big proponent of Kathleen. She also was hinting at sequel trilogy characters returning at some point, which I'm cool with, depending on who it is. As long as it's not Rose, and it's good.
That's not something that is at the top of my list at the moment.
I know that you
wouldn't be against it, but do I?
Well, when she said it, a lot of people were, and I agree, were like, I don't know who you gonna, because most of these actors have kind of been like, I don't want anything to do with Star Wars anymore, specifically Boyega and Oscar Isaac.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think Driver would return. I wish he would, because he's probably the best character from the sequel trilogy.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely the best actor. But yeah, his character had so much more to mind than I think was on screen. But especially the years prior. Would have been cool to flesh out, which I know that they did that Knights of Ren series, I guess books or comic books. I don't remember which one it was. Are you still reading like the anthology stuff, Ryan?
So I kind of have read what I want to read at the moment. There are a few others that I've got ready to start, but I got sidetracked by Dune.
Yeah.
So.
The OG Star Wars.
Right.
Yeah. Do you have anything to add, Alan? The Kathleen Kennedy continuing?
No, see, this is where I show my lack of knowledge on the studio side. You know what I mean? Like I do enjoy the movies. I mean, I enjoyed all of the Skywalker saga. I really did.
Yeah.
I know I've told you guys about that. I know some of my favorite ones maybe aren't necessarily other people's favorites, but I don't care. Let her stay around. I enjoed what's happened.
I don't know who she is. Let her stay.
I don't give a crap. Yeah.
Nah, I mean,
I give a turn.
I mean, it's not really not necessarily a surprise that she's sticking around.
Well, they've made a crap ton of money with her, so why would she go anywhere? I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know that there's a lot of.
I was looking forward to the Filoni and Favreau potential, them working together on stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're kind of doing that,
or helming more stuff. I mean,
yeah, and that stuff is some of the better stuff for sure. The stuff that they have their hands in, but I mean, we'll see. I hope that they can get to a point where, similarly to DC, like they just feel confident in the direction that they're going. They need to find their footing, and they feel very reactionary as of late. And at least on the film side of things, the TV side they're a lot stronger so far. But yeah, that goes that seems to be credit to Filoni and Favreau.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, so we'll see how that shakes out. Do you guys see this character reveal? I think there was another character reveal today of a new season 3 boys character that I missed right before we came on.
I missed it too. I didn't see the second one, but yes, I did see this one.
Yeah, Laurie Holden. I remember her. I mean, obviously, I guess she's probably most famous for Walking Dead, I guess. and Dumb and Dumber 2. She's in that. But yeah, they're also doing. So did you guys see that they're doing like a animated show with the boys coming up?
Yeah.
I did.
What was the character? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying they're doing everything right with this show. So if they've got more material, I would love to see more and more spinoffs. Just keep it coming.
Yeah. I can't really speak too much on these new characters. I know we had the Soldier Boy reveal. Was it Jensen Ackles?
Jensen Ackles. Yeah.
And then her name is Crimson Countess. And the one today, I don't remember.
Blue Hawk. Blue Hawk was the one today.
So what is this
for you guys?
What do y'all know where these characters come from in terms of, like, are they some new team that's
I'm actually
rising in the ranks and against Voight?
Yeah, I'm honestly not super familiar with the bot with the comics. Although I did just buy the second ever issue where Homelander's first appearance and whatnot, Seven's first appearance. But yeah, I'm not story-wise. I'm not super familiar with.
Yeah, this is like Harry Potter for me. Just watching it. I've never read it. So.
Yeah. Sames.
Yeah. Interesting.
But I'm excited. I've mentioned on here. It's a great show. So I'm looking forward to the new season.
Sames. Yeah, I definitely seeing these new character reveals and hearing a little bit about season 3 has got me wanting to go back and watch the first 2 seasons again.
Nice.
So
I think I'm going to do that anyway, for sure.
Word, because I only got to watch season 2 once through, and so it's one of those things where if you have enough distance from it, by the time the next season rolls around, it's like, man, what happened in the last season? It's like,
right,
you know.
Yeah, and everything in Canada was so strict for so long. You know, I mean, when they started reporting the set, they had to like quarantine for 2 weeks before they could even do anything. You know what I mean? Like they had to stay in their hotel rooms for 2 weeks. You know, so it's they're so far behind production wise. You know, it's everybody will be done forgot about season 2 by the time it gets here.
And then one other thing we don't talk about too much, but it was revealed that they spent $30 million on that initial Game of Thrones spinoff show with Naomi Watts on the pilot, and then canned it, and then greenlit House of the Dragon.
They spent $30 million on a pilot.
Yep,
and then ditched it.
Yep.
Yikes.
Yep. That was I think Bob Greenblatt revealed that. He was the guy that greenlit Snyder Cut, actually, and then got fired 3 months later. So
God
thank you for your service. I appreciate you. God. Oh man. But yeah, I just thought that was crazy. And what's interesting is
dead weight loss right there.
Yeah.
He was saying that he went into, like, when they had shot the pilot, they were reviewing the footage, and he was like, we can't move forward with this. Let's just cut our losses. And
that's got to be the worst feeling ever. You're in a just screening room with a bunch of executives and you're just watching something you spent a ton of money on that is just horrible.
Yeah.
That's like, it must be the feeling that they had when Cats came out. They're just like,
yeah.
Well, yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's one thing.
It's like it's Alan. You watch the morning show, right?
Yeah, yeah.
When Billy Crudup's character basically does that to a woman or director who he's like she's screening something for him. He's the executive, and he's just like completely like, there's no way we're gonna make this. And
yeah,
his character's so eccentric that it's just really harsh the way he delivers it.
Yeah, I think he mentioned that they were basically just like, they didn't want to try and figure out how to make it work, essentially, because a lot of this isn't necessarily uncommon for things to get canceled after a pilot. It's uncommon to spend this amount of money for sure, but which is why then they they were like, all right, let's, instead of trying to make this one work, let's just cancel it all together, come up with something that like is solid that we can go ahead and green light for an entire season.
Right.
And, you know, make sure it's good enough before we start rolling cameras. And that's what they did with House of the Dragon. But, you know, this already not necessarily happened, but with I remember the pilot for Game of Thrones, actually, they had to go back and like replace 3 or 4 leads. Like Emilia Clarke wasn't in the pilot. Like she wasn't Daenerys. They went back and added her in, or, you know, switched out the actress that played her. I believe Kat Stark. She was played by a different actress, and there was a handful of other people that were different actors. But anyway, so yeah, not uncommon. But I mean, they figured out a way to, you know, kind of fix things and move forward. But this one, I guess, was just kind of like, let's just move on from this.
Right.
And then I know that just kind of similarly, I'm interested to get your thoughts on this, Ryan, because I know that you watched this kind of straight through the Game of Thrones series. Like you didn't watch it season to season. George R. R. Martin was saying how he had a lot of, kind of riffs with the HBO executives, and I assume Benioff and Weiss, regarding post like season 5 or 6. Basically after they were going off book, I think it was after season 5. Just kind of being like upset with them not following his blueprint exactly like he had laid it out, even though he hadn't finished the books. How did you feel as someone that watched it, can like just straight through, binged it essentially, as far as how that kind of how the end of it, so to speak, that everybody kind of has their issues with?
Yeah. So everything was fine until, I don't know if you're saying that something happened before the last season, but everything was fine until the last season. And it was like I was watching a different show. It was weird.
Like you're watching it on fast forward.
Something. That's a nice way of putting it, but
well, that's kind of, I was just curious because I just felt like they were just done. Like they were just like, let's just get it over with. And they just sped
it also felt like they like just call it like, I don't know, maybe it's a pacing thing. It all felt so like, it felt like they were leading to a different ending than
but I mean, it's not
what they
like
ultimately arrived at.
Like the last season, I'd say the first 3 or 4 episodes, there was still decent pacing. And then it was just like you said, they hit fast forward times 10, you know, and just shot through the last.
Yeah. Well,
episodes.
I think
was that so obviously I didn't watch it at the time it was being released. Was that and I know people talk about it now that the last season wasn't great, but like the last few episodes, like, was that something that people, as you were watching it, were talking about like live, or was that an after the fact?
No, everybody was pissed from the get-go on that one, you know.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it was what, 7 episodes instead of 10.
Yeah.
That was a red flag. They tried to sell it like, we're doing 7 episodes, but each episode is going to be like a feature length.
Yeah.
And so, okay. But then it was just like, well, instead of having a season like all the other preceding seasons where they were methodically paced, took their time, you had a lot of, you didn't have like these like big, like you had the journeys.
You're
from
looking for more
point A to
sex
point
position.
B. What's that?
Looking for more sex position than you got.
I actually moved away from that, but no, I'm just saying, like, in the other seasons, you would have like the time between going from like King's Landing to the Wall. You'd have like this journey, and in this last season, it was just like, you're here. The next scene, you're already, hundreds of miles away.
And that was and that was where a lot of the character development came from, those journeys in between. That shaped them into who they were. It made Jon Snow into whoever, by the end, it just, I don't know. It just, there were so many people that should have died by the sword that you never even saw what actually happened to it. You know what I mean? Like it just, there were so many things that just were not delivered.
I just feel like it's a disservice to the fans that it's fine that the showrunners were kind of burnt out on it, but they should have stepped down and let somebody that was, more enthusiastic finish it. It's, because it was such a fantastic series up until that point.
Yeah.
And their lack of enthusiasm just shows in that last season, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Even though there are good moments, but still on the overall, it's just all right, we're done with this. So you should be too. But anyway, all right. That's all we got in the news front. There are a few trailers that came out. I didn't watch this trailer, but I'm thinking you guys did. Peacemaker, did y'all watch it?
I did.
I didn't. I'm so not interested in the show. I'm sorry, Alan.
I did watch it.
Alan.
And I mean, you guys are apologizing to me, obviously, because my son is obsessed with a character he's never even seen before. I mean, I'm just trying to not break my 10-year-old son's heart by like, this guy is such a dickhead. You know, like why do you want to be this guy? I mean, he doesn't want to be him. He just thought that the clips in the trailer were funny, so that's the character he decided to go with for cosplay. But I will say that this trailer, compared to the footage that they showed at Fandom, this trailer was a little different. There were parts in it that made me think, well, maybe they're going to try to go in a different direction. I mean, it still had, the dick jokes or whatever in it, but there was a moment in the trailer where he's given the kill order and he's basically got to take out this guy's and his family, and he freezes. He's like, what, you want me to kill kids? And he and that was kind of his whole thing in the Suicide Squad was, I don't care who I have to kill, man, woman, child in the name of freedom or whatever, or peace. And he froze and couldn't do it. There's like a moral dilemma going on with him. I don't know if it's a result of what happened in the Suicide Squad. I don't know I don't know.
I certainly hope
it kind of turned directions in the trailer. It was, I don't know, kind of intriguing.
I certainly hope in this show they at least address the Rick Flag thing in a substantial way, not just
that could honestly be what his turning point is that he had killed this guy who he referred to as a hero. You know what I mean? And maybe that made him rethink who he is and what he does. I don't know. I could be making way too much out of it, and it could be crap. I mean, I really don't know, but
it's really just
a shot.
I don't doubt that they'll kind of take that approach with it. It seems like the most kind of logical thing you can do with the character to have any kind of like emotional arc.
Yeah,
but more and more, I don't know. I don't think I'm a James Gunn guy. Especially the humor thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
like
not either.
Like the get on all the posters, the give peace and effing chance thing. Like I'm just like, this is so try hard. I can't. I don't know.
Yeah. And their Twitter account is, I can't.
Extremely obnoxious.
It's in keeping with it. They're on brand.
Yeah, that's what I was fixing to say. They're staying in character through all of it for sure. But I don't know. It's like I said, pretty much anything comic related. Yeah, I'll give it an effing chance. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna do what they're asking. So.
No, I said it earlier. You're reliable AF, so
what I do.
Reliable to a fault.
Yep.
And watch Titans all the way through.
And Gotham. Gotham's probably even more of a chore. All right. Well, speaking of trailers that we didn't really watch, The Matrix Resurrections had a final trailer today.
And it's not because I don't want to watch it.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah.
It's still
now we should say
really want to click the thing.
At least for Ryan and myself, we did watch the Deja Vu trailer tease, whatever it was.
Yeah.
When they were announcing when tickets were going on sale. That was awesome.
Oh man, the sequence where he's in the machine world or whatever, and they do that kind of cross.
Well, all of that cross panning,
Yeah.
comparing all the deja vu
So
type,
God.
moments. Alan, did you watch?
I'm down the rabbit hole, man. I tried so hard to like be
temper your
extremely
expectations,
conservative, and like, and man, that first trailer hit, and I was just got me. I'm in, and everything that's come out since.
Tractor beam, sucked me right in.
I told Brandon, honestly, I may be more excited about this than the Spider-Man movie. I'm
definitely a lot more curious as to how this thing unfolds when compared to Spider-Man, honestly. So
I will say that I watched both the Deja Vu and the second and the other trailer that they released this week, and I actually liked the first one better. That had a lot more of the callbacks. That was really cool, and the comparisons to the character comparisons from this one to that one. Like there's I'm
so intrigued. All the footage they put out, the trailers. There's so much you can dig into. Like how I'm so excited to see
you still don't know anything. Like that's the thing. I mean, they could show so much, and you still have no clue. That's the amazing part about the Matrix franchise.
Yep.
I mean,
So
and I'm intrigued by the actors too. Neil Patrick Harris being in it. What's his name? From Mindhunter. I can't remember his name.
I know who you're talking about.
He's great. I'm
seemingly playing Agent Smith.
That's what I was fixing to say. I'm even more intrigued now that I've seen that part. That was really cool.
Or an agent of some sort. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I'm excited about it too. Wait, I have that drop.
Yeah, I'm excited about it too.
So timely too.
I know, right?
I got I don't know if I sent you guys a picture. Got her first daughter's first Christmas outfit. It's a You Serious Clark onesie.
I did. He said that. My ornament from last year was the Marty the Moose, the eggnog cup that hangs on our tree. Yeah.
So
nice.
Does the diaper flap have shitter was full?
Dude, you are the third person that's asked me that.
If it doesn't,
it's nothing a Sharpie can't fix.
If it doesn't, dude, we've got a shirt press. We can do it. Ship it to me. We'll get it done.
It's gotta. I mean, there's got to be one out there, right? I can't be the only person to think of that. Obviously, you had other people say it. Awesome. All right. So one thing that came out, another like teaser type trailer that came out a couple days ago that I'm super excited for is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1, which was a reveal.
Yeah, two-parter.
I did like
picks
that.
up
Snyder's
this
Justice
trailer
League style,
right? This trailer kind of picked up right at the very end of the first movie, with Gwen Stacy kind of coming back into Miles's world and teeing up a new adventure, so to speak. And then they have that payoff of Spider-Man 2099, which was an end credit scene in the first one, played by Oscar Isaac.
Which is always a win.
Yep. So
dude's everywhere. Yep.
For good reason.
And does everything well. That's the thing.
Yep. Agreed. No, I'm stoked for this. I can't wait for this movie. I adore the first movie.
Are you more excited about this or No Way Home?
I think I'm more excited. I don't know if more excited is the right word, but I'm definitely excited to see how they integrate Toby and Andrew. Like that element has me more excited than anything with that movie. Just combining all
Daredevil.
Villains and
come on, Brandon.
yeah. I mean, there's so with that one, I'm worried that it can't live up to expectations because of how much hype is behind it. For this one, because the first one was so amazing, and it's also like the creative team behind it is rock solid, and I just feel like it's. I'm less worried about it not sucking. If that makes any sense.
Sure.
So, what you guys think about? Oh yeah. You answer it, Alan. What you think? You more excited for this SpiderVerse or the other SpiderVerse?
See, that's a little tricky. I don't know. I mean, because the current one is so close, it's kind of hard to beat the hype level for it. But this little tiny teaser trailer was awesome, and it felt so in vein with the original. That it that I don't know. I mean, it's very rare that a movie pulls that tractor beam on me and gets me to sit down and just start watching no matter where it's at. But ZSJL and Into the Spider-Verse are the two that do it for me almost every time. Like if Cal's watching that, I'm going to sit down, and next thing you know, I don't remember what I was going to go do. And I'm just watching the movie, what I mean? Like I can watch that any time of day, it doesn't matter. I mean, it just, that's one of those movies. I mean, it just makes you smile the whole movie. I mean, I don't know. It's one of the most well-crafted animated movies I've probably ever seen. Like it really is good. And I'm excited. Cal wants everybody's opinion. What the heck is going on with Spider-Man 2099? Why is he attacking Miles Morales? He doesn't even know who he is. Like it bothers Cal so bad. Like he's watched that trailer so many times now.
Nice.
I don't know, Cal. I don't know.
But you'll find out.
I ask him every night, every Tuesday before I come up when I'm putting him in the bed. I'm like, anything you want me to say? And he'll tell me something. That's what he said. That's what he said tonight.
Piece of effing chance.
There you go. That's it.
I mean, I don't know. I find it hard to admit it, but Into the Spider-Verse may take the number one spot in terms of my Spider-Man ranking movies.
I won't tell Toby.
I know it's very close. I have so much love and nostalgia for Spider-Man 2. I probably will keep it at number one, but the more I watch Spider-Verse, it creeps up. Dude,
there. I'm telling you, it was such a limited amount that you got of Chris Pine's Spider-Man in that movie, but that may be the most true to form Spider-Man we've ever seen in any movie. I mean, the way he treated, Miles, then the way he acted. I mean, it was just perfect. I mean, I wish we could have got more of that. I know we couldn't because the story needed that to happen, but just, man, it was awesome. That was Spider-Man.
Well, that movie,
prime.
That movie it's one of those that always improves on rewatches. It's pretty much just like you were saying, Alan. I will put it on and just keep like it can't be just a background movie. It will take my attention from what I'm doing.
I will burn food. I will. It doesn't matter. It better not be on when I'm cooking dinner because that's just burning. That's what's going to happen.
Cool. Well, any watches this week? Are you guys watching Hawkeye at all?
Yeah.
Both of you?
I've watched 3 episodes. They put out 3, right?
Yeah.
I think I'm caught up.
Nice. Ryan, what are your thoughts? I think Alan, you hadn't seen it as of last week, had you, or did you talk about it? I can't remember.
I did. I talked about it, but I don't know if you were caught up at that point, so I
haven't watched any of it yet.
Then definitely not caught up.
You're gonna enjoy this show.
I think you will too.
It's not out of lack of interest. It's just time. I haven't found the time to sit down and watch it.
It's just a really and part of it is the Christmas setting. It's a really fun show. Haley Steinfeld's great. She's awesome in this role.
How's the dog?
And dog's great. You know how
it's like your dog.
Yeah. Except this dog only has one eye.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. It's a great watch. I'm interested to see what this last episode potentially kind of what we're talking about with maybe some Kingpin involvement.
Yeah, I keep seeing things on the internet.
Yeah, apparently there's an interview with someone in the know that says it's going to blow up Twitter with the reveal on this one. So hopefully it's not a boner.
I mean,
you know,
they did pretty. I mean, I would be. There's kind of a little mini reveal in this last episode that it'd be a pretty massive letdown if it wasn't or if it wasn't who everybody was thinking it is.
Well, I keep seeing people, scoopers or whoever it is, that's hinting that it's a more comic accurate Kingpin in terms of appearance, like boxy,
Just
little fatter, like more boxy, similar to Into the SpiderVerse type portrayal. Maybe not that.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Say it. Let's take it down a bit. It worked in a cartoon, but let's not do that in real life.
I honestly didn't have an issue with D'Onofrio's
I didn't
looking.
I didn't either. So I have said previously that I wasn't over the moon with his performance in that show as everybody else was. I thought it was good, but I also felt like it was like a little acty in parts.
I agree.
Like a little
at
forced.
Times you kind of get a little bit of a like Lex Luthor-ish in BVS. Like sometimes it's just kind of like
a little try hard,
a little more hard. Yeah.
I think he's perfect for the role, though, especially like as far as a physical presence. Like I think he's.
Yeah, I mean, I still think he's probably one of the best Marvel villains throughout the movies and all.
I mean, this is what I'm asking for. Like this is the kind of Spider-Man stuff I want to see. Like that part of Spider-Man's world, like the New York crime.
Yeah. No,
so I'm excited about.
Yeah.
If this is him.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
But I agree with Ryan. It really is. It's kind of like what we were talking about with Into the Spider-Verse. It's just kind of a wholesome thing.
It's a fun show.
It's just a good show. I mean, it really is.
She's funny. Like Haley Steinfeld's fun. Like her delivery on stuff is great. Like I'm really enjoying it. And a lot of times, even with this Marvel stuff, like a lot of the humor's kind of eye rolly to me. She's good.
I like I like some of the things that they're playing into for Hawkeye's character, for Clint's character. Some of the PTSD type.
Agreed.
Some of that stuff. It's something that you don't really think about when you're thinking about the heroes, like the superheroes. But
and the deaf elements of different
that was
it's cool.
Yeah. So it's really neat.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make some time to watch it.
Be interested to see what you think. I think you'll really like it.
Cool. It's a shorter season, right? 6 episodes, 7 episodes.
Yeah. 6, I think. Could be wrong, but I think it's 6.
Gotcha. Cool.
I think if I watch anything,
it's all kind of wrapped in this like Clint wants to get back home for Christmas kind of thing too, which is just it's just classic. Like
nice.
It's just fun. Yeah,
I'm there for that. For sure. Anything you watched, Alan? Anything else?
There was something that I had in mind before we started talking about Hawkeye, but it is gone. I know I didn't get to really talk to Ryan much about Afterlife, but it's not really a CAPECAST thing. But
you talked about it last week, so let's just Ryan. You went and saw Ghostbusters Afterlife, and I'm gonna let you talk about it tonight because when you bring it up on CiNEMACHiNE, Al, even though he hasn't seen it, he's probably gonna poo-poo all over it. So let me give you the platform to say everything positive without any kind of interference.
This is so nice. It's like Nani's been enjoying Hawkeye too. Nice. Yeah, this movie was fun, man. I was excited for this movie, but left the theater enjoying it more than I even thought I would.
Agreed.
And it's not to say that it doesn't have its like little technical flaws here and there, but at the end of the day it's a kids movie, so I'm kind of like I'm really in it for more of the story and the acting. There's some like they do actually do a good mix of practical and CG stuff, but there is some CG stuff that's a little wonky. But
Sure.
McKenna Grace, the girl's a force, man. She's she's great.
That's what I keep hearing.
She's awesome.
Everybody
man.
points to her as the star.
Yeah, and it's not even close. And that's not to say that the supporting, like, there's a little kid named Podcast that kind of follows her around.
Yeah.
He's great too, but she's she's the next level. And it didn't feel too member berry Easter eggy for me, or referencing the old stuff. I think that was all tastefully done. It's very much this is very much her movie. And it was fun. It was funny. Like, I mean, there were a couple moments where it got a little laugh out loud in theaters, so it was good. Real
How'd you
wholesome.
manage to break away from the kiddo to go see the
mother-in-law babysits Katie's birthday, so that's what we
okay.
Oh, nice.
We went to go do as
cool.
her birthday. For her birthday.
Awesome. Most people
definitely
use that
recommend it.
opportunity to take naps after
Yeah.
kids born. But
Right.
I like your
It was a
good
good
Yeah.
trade-off. Good trade-off for
Got,
sure.
I got a lot of movies I got to see this holiday season, so there won't be much sleeping.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, I'm
Anything
glad
else
you enjoyed it.
between the two of you?
I watched Black Widow.
Ooh, I did too.
Oh.
I did too.
Did you?
I did too. I finished it.
Surprisingly, not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but also still not great.
That was There were moments for me. Same thing. There were moments for me where I was like,
I actually
this
really
isn't that
enjoyed.
bad. Like
I really enjoyed the first third of it, and
Mhm.
then it was kind of all downhill.
Yeah. And like I know I talked about it in the group text. I liked Red
Yeah.
Guardian. I liked the take on that
He
character.
was
you know?
he was a highlight for sure.
Yeah.
I had that was kind of my feeling, having not seen it, but I was like, I bet David Harbour is really good in this. But
Yeah.
really is.
I'm not.
I had a little bit of an issue with, and spoilers, but not really. It's guess it's an old movie at this point, but I had a little bit of an issue, Alan, with his the kind of the transformation of the parent characters from the beginning to when we see them. Like, I was like, how they just seemed like such normal, like
I
even
know,
when they were
yeah.
talking to each other in
Yeah.
like intimate settings, like no one was
Yeah.
watching or anything. They seemed so like, I don't know, normal, wholesome parents, and then like it's just
Damn,
was
they
not-
really were.
yeah.
They really
Yeah.
were double agents. They
Yeah.
really were spies. Like
yeah.
it
So I
just
had a little bit of an issue with that,
Yeah.
but yeah. And Brandon, yes, there were some CG moments that were.
oh god,
This was
God.
fun.
When Florence, when she flies off, Mandy showed me that. She was like, "Did this happen in the movie? I don't remember this." And I was like, "God, yes, it happened."
James jumping in here. I hated Venom, Let There Be Carnage, but I'm definitely going to buy it for my daughter. Absolutely loved it. 4K Blu-ray cover looks great though.
Nice.
Yeah, haven't had any issues with any of the artwork for that movie. It's just the movie itself.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's
Cool.
it was kind of the first third of it was kind of cool. It was very like spy thriller-y almost. And then it just kind of turns into stereotypical Marvel, but like on steroids.
Yeah, it was like middle of the road Marvel. I mean, there are definitely, in my opinion, there are definitely worse Marvel movies than that one. But it's by no means
And
the best
the
one.
Taskmaster thing was just
Like I said, I
There's
actually
a
didn't
shit-
really mind the story on how Taskmaster was made. I didn't mind that part, but the dude body double through all of it, that just kind of threw me off. I was like,
it's just it's one of those, like, with these movies, if we've learned anything, like your story's only as good as your villain, and it was underdeveloped, and then the fact that it was a male body, they just had these, people talk about Tony Stark having the floating head with later in the later Iron Man movies. This was just a male body, and you've got Olga Kurylenko or whatever. She's a skinny girl, and her neck's just sticking out of this.
it's like a pencil sticking
yeah.
out of the top of an apple.
And they have a couple of like They have a couple of like full body like profile shots, like when they're like looking at each other, and it's just like they it just don't look right. It's just weird.
It just I mean, for me, like it's kind of like Britt was talking about in a group text, the whole USB thing in the back of the head. It just, do you ignore that? Like, does the serum do away with a computer in the back of your brain? It just didn't make any sense. That part didn't make any sense for me.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
I like parts of the story. I liked the origin of Taskmaster. I mean, I was okay with the gender swap, and things. The stunt double issues for me, it just, they built the whole thing up to make it weird. It was just weird. It was really weird. It was right up there with Henry Cavill's mouth and the Justice League. It was awful. I mean, that part was awful.
That just kind of screams like, we're going to try and use this to subvert expectations for this reveal that, you thought it was a guy? Well, it's not. It's a girl.
Well,
isn't that crazy?
The kinetics of the way the body's moving and stuff. The stunt, stunt dude, like you pull the helmet off. It was just like,
I'm like, whoa, yeah.
PNG head just flopped right in there.
Yeah, click and drag. But
But I also saw, and I can't remember, I don't think I talked about it, but I saw Eternals.
Ooh,
you did?
I did. I was trying to like keep it on the download to drop it on the show, and then I had a baby.
Oh yeah.
That happened. But yeah, saw Eternals.
Stuff happens. There you go.
I don't know if you guys haven't seen it yet, if we want to talk about it, but
we can talk about. Go ahead.
I did not like it.
No.
No. Yeah, I just didn't. I don't want to spoil. I am interested to hear what you guys have to say about it, so I don't want to spoil anything. But it was there were some pretty shot, like the cinematography, as you'd expect based on the trailer. Like it's a pretty movie. But it just, I don't know if she's not a mix for that kind of storytelling or what.
Yeah, because you said that you enjoyed what you call it. What's the name of the movie that she just did before this? With
Nomadland.
Nomadland. Yeah,
it was good. Yeah, it was not my thing. But yeah, I'm still interested to hear what you guys have to say whenever, and we can talk about it more in depth whenever.
Yeah, it'll definitely be a Disney Plus thing for me, for sure.
Yeah,
there just wasn't enough. I mean, don't get me wrong; it looked different than some of the other Marvel stuff, but there wasn't enough to pull me to the theater to see it. I guess
Yeah,
I don't know.
Word. Same here. Well, anything else, Ryan?
I don't think so.
Alan? No.
Besides Amazing, I watched Amazing Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 1. I did watch those. Spider-Man and Amazing Spider-Man. I did watch those, but just trying to get a rewatch in.
The first ones.
Yeah. Just so far. Cal, I'm letting Cal pick the direction, and it is driving me insane.
We're going to start with Spider-Man 3 and then jump to Amazing Spider-Man 2, circling back to the original Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire.
We're going to go Homecoming next. There you go. Yeah.
It's on machete order, like in Star Wars. Nice. Well, any takeaways from that, or just kind of like just
Mandy actually told me to tell you guys, put it on record right now at 10:43 p.m. on Tuesday the 7th, that if Andrew Garfield is not in that movie, that you will see a chair fly through the IMAX crowd. That she will flip out, dude.
That's gonna be impressive.
I mean, I know. I'm kind of hoping he's not in it now, just to see what
that there will be a lot of things thrown at a lot of things.
I'm kind of scared. I'm like, I'll have my kids there, if they're just mass rioting everywhere because if
it doesn't happen, Alan, you're gonna have to record it for us.
We need
posterity's sake.
It would be a good idea for us to bring Chris along for our screening, because
there were a few seats left.
he's safe to be with at a movie theater. I'll just say that.
There you go. Need to have him around us.
It might not be good for Mandy though.
Yeah.
That would make the show awkward.
Chris get a little trigger happy. Finally, it happened.
This is my moment.
Chris, I know Kung Fu.
I still know Kung Fu.
I still know Kung Fu. Yeah, there you go.
Cool. Well, I also watched some Spider-Man. I watched Spider-Man Homecoming, as I mentioned, and I'm sorry I didn't prep graphics for you guys for your entries. I'm not trying to show favoritism toward myself by only prepping my graphics, but
I am the
just
host.
didn't get your entries. But yeah, we watched Spider-Man Homecoming in preparation. Obviously, we just recently watched Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 not too long ago, so I didn't feel the need to rewatch those again. And same thing with the Tobey ones. Hadn't been too terribly long since we watched those. So, but it had been a while. I think, Alan, we talked about this. I've only seen Homecoming maybe twice or 3 times now. And Far From Home, I've only seen once. So I'm excited to watch that one again. But yeah, I really enjoy this one. I think I enjoyed
Vulture
this
was an
one.
awesome pick for the first villain.
I think so.
Yeah. My only hang up with Vulture is I just don't think the character design is super interesting. To me, it doesn't really pop on screen visually. But I still like his portrayal. I mean, Keaton,
let's be fair. You were coming off of Blue Jamie Foxx on Amazing Spider-Man 2, so your standards were pretty high.
That's true.
Yep.
This is true. And it's also awesome, like, having Tony involved, opening up the Spider-Man stories, which I know that we talked about. I think when the trailer for the new one came out, we were talking about it's good to see him back in New York.
Yeah,
and that's true, but I do feel like it was a good, like, kind of breath of fresh air to have him doing some things that weren't super New York heavy, more suburban heavy.
And I mean, that's what I was trying to say. He was still New York, just suburban,
Yeah.
I think it was more after Homecoming where it just kind of felt like, all of a sudden Spider-Man's on
more of a global thing.
Well, intergalactic.
There you go. Yeah.
Like, I don't know, with Infinity War and whatnot.
Yeah.
True. Yeah. But again, something we haven't been able to see because he's been so confined in what stories they could tell.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just nostalgic for a New York Spidey.
Yeah, friendly neighborhood. Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha. I get it. But yeah, no, this was good. It was a good rewatch. And I think they really nail every element of this movie in terms of, all the casting's really great. I think like I said, having Tony involved in a mentor role, and especially I noticed that they have that line in this movie where Tony's talking about if anything were to happen to Peter, he'd be responsible, which is why he's kind of trying to keep him. It just adds a ton of weight to Infinity War.
Yeah.
And Endgame. With their relationship. Whether that was planned or whether it just paid off, naturally. Sure. Either way, I like the relationship, and it was overall just a good rewatch.
If only the relationship hadn't involved the Iron Spider suit, it'd be perfect.
Yeah, it's definitely not my favorite suit, but what you gotta do.
I'm a little partial to Homecoming for sure, but
yeah, I like the black and red suit in No Way Home as well. But
yeah, I did too. No, I was just talking about the movie. I was just talking about the movie in general.
I'm cool with it.
I was just talking about the movie in general.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Like I said, you were talking about casting, and I was like, yeah, there's that family that runs across the bottom of the screen during the bomb. And those guys were pretty freaking awesome in that movie. I'll just say.
Yeah, I agree. They did their job.
Honestly, if it
point A to point B,
if it hadn't been for Cal's mohawk, I don't think we would have ever even made a cut in the movie at all. Like the reason John Watts like walked up to us and asked us to stay and film some scenes after was because of Cal's mohawk. Like he was like,
Nice.
man, I just love your kid's hair. And I was like, well,
Funny.
you can have it. You want the kid? Here, take the kid.
He's potty trained.
Yeah. Look at him.
He'll do whatever he wants.
Cal had been out there for like 10 hours in the week of the 4th of July, and we're dressed as if it's springtime in Washington, D.C. So everybody's sweating to death.
Yeah.
And Cal's like, F this guy. I don't want to be here anymore. And he comes up and asks, I guess I can say it now. It's already filmed and everything, but child labor laws, they won't let you do it so much. So we had already reached our time limit, and they were like, we technically can't pay you for this, but we'd really like for you to stay to shoot this scene. I'm like, hell yeah, we'll do it. I don't want any money.
Yeah, should I give you money? You want my wallet? You can have it.
The kids, wallet, wife, I don't care. Let's just do it.
Wow. Just sell your family out like that.
But yeah, that's the reason we met like almost the whole cast of the movie, as far as his like academic team. So we got to meet everybody in that. So
yeah, it's interesting because the shot that you pointed out, it's kind of a not top down, but 3/4 shot. Just a good amount of distance. Was there any like tighter shots of y'all running?
Oh God, yeah. Filmed? Okay, so no, the shot that we actually had to stay and film, they cut. Like it didn't make it into the movie. When they're going into the Washington Monument and they're putting their stuff into the X-ray machine or whatever, and they're going to walk down the hallway to get on the elevator. In our shot, we walk dead into the camera, and then the academic team gets on the elevator. We get off and they get on. Like we spent probably 2 hours sitting and talking with those characters, specifically Zendaya, not so much. She just sat there on her phone to the side, but most of the other actors were really nice, and we got to take selfies with them and all kinds of stuff on their phone because we weren't allowed to have ours. It was weird, but it was nice. I mean, so we actually did get to film a really cool scene that never even made it into the movie. So that really sucked.
No,
like
extra feature deleted scenes.
No, we went
Release
back
the
and
Watts
looked.
cut.
Yeah, when we got to the theater, we were like, we had already told everybody, you're going to see us. I mean, like everybody's going to see, the whole world's going to see us. And I was like, well, technically they did if they were paying attention.
It seems to be how it always happens.
But
everybody,
I definitely didn't get the Chris cut. I'm not in there as much as Chris is in the MCU, but had that scene stayed in, you would have seen. Had that scene stayed in, you would have seen us. I mean, everybody headshot all the way through. I mean,
they were probably like, why is this guy being so awkward walking towards the camera?
Yeah.
Well, what's hilarious?
Alan walks off the elevator. He's like,
he's there.
go leave.
Come on, Zendaya.
He goes, it's always sunny in Philadelphia.
Sir,
He eats the sausage out of his shirt.
And Zendaya.
Well, what's hilarious is like in the scene, they want Cal to pretend that he's asleep. So I'm having to hold him, and he's got his head on my shoulder. And one time we legit, like the camera's here and we're walking past it. And as soon as we walk past it, Cal leans up and says, can I sit up now? And I mean, everybody's like, cut. So we had to go start over again.
That's great.
But no, the elevator doors.
Alan's walking into camera, and he just goes, it's always sunny in Philly, and just goes, brains.
But no, had we had that shot stayed in the movie, everybody would have known where we were at in it. I would have even had to tell you guys. You would have already seen it, but
nice.
Yeah,
I would have met you on CAPECAST to be like, oh, I've seen him before.
That dude.
Where have I seen him?
I'd have been signing autographs at Comic-Cons, I'd have been all kinds of stuff. And here I am on CAPECAST.
Washington Monument guy.
Yeah.
With kid on shoulder.
Number one. Cool. No, it's good. That's a great story, Alan. Thanks for sharing. I didn't know that there was a more, because when you told me that you got to meet the cast and then the scene that you're in, I was like, why was the cast even there for the scene that you shot, but that makes more sense that it was a deleted scene.
And we did actually film one more when Zendaya is like screaming, "My friends are up there," and Spider-Man comes running up. We were standing right behind her on one of the takes, and they ended up moving the crowd and shooting it
Alan
a different way.
actually tripped Tom Holland. He fell into a wall, and
we did when he goes running up to the wall and jumps and then starts climbing. He actually ran and jumped. Like they filmed that part, and we all watched it because once
he just
they
slams into the wall. They cut for that.
when they said cut, he hit the wall, and then they said cut, and he turned around and gave everybody a thumbs up and high-fived all the kids when he left. But it was actually him. He's got to go take a nap now.
Yeah. He turns around and goes, "Blueberries."
Blueberry. Cool. All right. Well, before we get out of here, any physical media purchases this week? Ryan, you were supposed to get something in today. Did you get it in?
Not yet, man. I've had like 3 packages that have been out for delivery for like 3 days now. Holidays.
That's unfortunate.
But I'm supposed to be getting my ZSJL vinyl in here soon. So,
well, maybe by next week, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully you all
got
it.
I don't know what I'm going to do with myself if it gets lost in the mail.
That would be quite unfortunate. Alan, anything?
Just, I got Superman 78 issue 4, and I had done this was actually like my first subscription I'd ever done at our comic book shop, and I didn't specify variant covers, so they held me the newsstand issues. So I'm like,
oh no,
I don't even want to shop there anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just playing, but they're gonna make it right. They're gonna try to grab me one and hold on to it. And nice. I bought a few other little things. I bought the Dark Knight of Steel run that they're gonna do.
Yeah,
variant cover.
I'm interested to see how's the art with that.
Oh, it's amazing, dude. Yeah, it's really cool. And then I bought the Task Force Z issue 2 because I bought issue 1. I'm gonna try to complete the run on it as well. I like the concept. It's like almost like a Halloween type thing, like zombies and stuff. So it's gonna be neat. So
nice.
That and cool. Mandy left some of the Harry Potter stuff up here somewhere. I just don't know.
Did I tell you I got Daredevil 168, the first appearance of Elektra?
Ah,
I did.
I did not know you got that.
It is beautiful. It's great. Ooh. It's Frank Miller's first
nice
solo on Daredevil.
I've actually is it another one of the graded copies? Is it?
It's not graded.
Okay,
but I've got it in a plastic sleeve or whatever. But it's gorgeous.
Mandy's been trying to hit me up for what I want for Christmas, and I think that's kind of what I'm wanting. Is a couple of I've never bought a graded comic. There's something about buying it in that packaging. I'm like, I'll never read it. So I don't know. So, but I think that may be what I asked for Christmas this year. So
they're great, man. It's get you a nice CGC graded comic. It's nice and it feels really premium. It's awesome.
I know. Hang it on the wall.
Yeah.
Nerds.
Wow.
Sweet.
Brandon,
that's cool.
I think swords on his wall behind him.
Yeah, it's supposed to be ironic.
I know.
I don't think I mentioned last week. That
we all got a ZSJL ornament.
That's true. We did.
Yeah.
And I got a Suicide Squad. The Suicide Squad.
Yeah, you did.
For some reason, not sure why.
He is hanging nowhere near Black Suit Superman.
That's good.
On the other side of the freaking tree.
Put him in the back.
I keep trying to move him around to the back, and Cal keeps seeing him and moving him back to the front. So,
Nice. He's your up on the shelf.
Yeah. He's sorry, I don't know how to do it. I was going to say something really funny, but I couldn't go anywhere with it without being like too bad for PG-13. So there we
go. Yeah, we all got the Black Suit Superman Hallmark keepsake. which is on our trees. We don't have our yeah. I didn't bring your trees down to show everybody.
1 second.
It's not going in the living room. It's going on CAPECAST.
She's a beaut, Clark.
Yeah.
Mandy actually got a really cool ornament. It's looks like the VHS of Jurassic Park. She bought it at Hallmark. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
It's pretty neat.
Nice.
Sorry.
That's cool. All right. Before we get out of here, we do have a new slate of movies coming out.
They're all new. This is great.
Yeah. So yeah, Spider-Man No Way Home, December 17th. Did you guys get your tickets? I know I did.
I like how you
got
picked
tickets.
Yep.
The best poster that they've created.
I did.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just the bad thing is I bought
still
the
ain't great, but the best one.
Yeah.
I bought the tickets not knowing Trey's basketball schedule for December, and I just got the Google Doc of that as well. And luckily, there's no Sunday practices. If there were, there would have been a family emergency. Like he would have not made it to that practice. Somebody died. I don't know.
Nice. So Alan and I are going to see it together.
Alan's gonna have to play dead the rest of the season. My dad died.
I mentioned last week that I tried very hard to get tickets on Thursday night, but just Fandango. Yeah. Everybody knows that tried to get tickets. It was done. So I ended up getting tickets for Saturday, and then turns out Luna had a thing that got planned for dance on Saturday, so I had to move it. So we're going Sunday now. So I'm gonna do my best to avoid anything.
And that
on the
worked
internet
out for us because we had something on that Saturday as well. So there we go.
I'm gonna have to shut the phone off until we can see it.
For real.
Yeah,
for real.
For
Twitter's getting deleted off of my phone until after that's over with, for sure.
That is smart. Yeah, and then another Marvel project.
Full force into the Sonyverse here.
I know.
All of a sudden.
Yeah. Morbius is coming out January 28th, and then The Batman is on the list now.
Nice.
It's moved up.
Yep. Love it.
Seems crazy. But yeah, Batman.
Henry
March 4th.
says, "Are you excited for Morbius?" For me, I'm not, because they delayed so much. Made me upset with. Yeah, we all got pretty upset with them delaying movies.
Yeah, it's almost like a Black Widow thing for me at this point. I'm more excited about it than I was Black Widow for sure. But yeah,
I would agree with that. For sure.
I'm honestly, I'm pretty intrigued about that one still.
Yeah,
I want to see where it fits.
My expectations are very, based on the Venom movies. My expectations are very tempered, but I am excited to see what they do.
Well, knowing that the Rift is staying open partially gives me hope for a lot of these movies. So
yeah.
Word. Yep, that's a good call, Henry. Stay off. Just stay off forever. Probably for the best.
Yeah.
We could all do that.
It'll make you feel a whole lot better anyway.
For sure. All right. Well, before we get out of here, Ryan.
Where would we get our Zack Snyder?
I know.
Who would I hashtag? Like movie.
I'd be hashtagging the group text all the time.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, that's already happened. We already got a movie, so we can shut down Twitter
now. Hit the subscribe button here on YouTube and notification bell so you can stay up to date on all of the videos we're putting out. We are on Twitter at CAPECAST Show, always talking all things geek there. And we have a Patreon, patreon.com/CiNEMACHiNE. We appreciate all the support that we get there as well.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. I'm going to switch it back because you didn't switch it.
Yeah, I saw a comment. I got to Henry's comment. I forgot to switch it back.
Okay. What should you
Recommendations to watch while off social media?
While off social media preparing for Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say Spider-Man.
I
will say I'm very much enjoying my rewatch of Daredevil, the Netflix show.
You can't go wrong with it.
A lot of stuff that I like. I mean, I love the show, but a lot of stuff I just didn't remember happening. And the combat in that show and some of the wonders that they do are just, it's so raw and it's just awesome.
I need to sit down and watch it like on an actual, big screen TV. Like I watched several episodes like on my phone while I was at my old office, at my old job, not doing anything.
They do such a great job of like, more so than any other superhero thing I've ever seen, Nolan included, Nolan Batman included, of like showing that this guy's a human and he's just out there just like beating people to a pulp and getting beat up. Like the oneers I mentioned, he is exhausted and he's just getting pounded on. It's a cool take on the character.
Yeah. Indeed. Well, I would say if you're interested in Matrix Resurrections, I'm about to start my Matrix rewatch this week. So, and
have you watched? You said you haven't watched Reloaded or why am I blanking on the last one? Revolutions. Since
in a while. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Probably. Honestly, I don't even know if I watched them after I bought them on Blu-ray when they released years and years ago. So I just bought them again on 4K. So,
Yeah, I've watched them once through on Blu-ray. I've watched The Matrix, the first one. I don't even know how many times.
Countless,
but the others. But something else that I'm going to go back and watch is the Animatrix stuff, because you never know you don't know what's going to tie in. You have no idea what's fixing to happen. So,
I'm excited about doing that rewatch. And I've watched the Matrix. I bought the 4K of that as well not too long ago and rewatched it at that point. But even though I've recently rewatched it, I'm going to do it again because I want to.
Yeah,
it's great.
Like I said, ZSJL was Cal's first R-rated movie. The Matrix trilogy was Trace first R-rated movie.
Nice.
Yeah,
that was the first R-rated movie.
The Matrix Reloaded and Revolutions holds a special place for me and Melissa, because we had just started dating whenever those were released. Within a year.
I'm very Reloaded specifically. Like I mentioned, Matrix being my first R-rated movie. I saw it on DVD, I think. So when Reloaded came out in theaters, I was just stoked.
I was there. I was there like the midnight showing on that Thursday. Yeah. And when
I'm very aware of the fact that the CG does not hold up comparatively to the first one, but it's just nostalgia.
At the time, it was insane. And he's just out there doing his Superman thing. That got me. I was like, hell yeah. There we go.
Yeah. Indeed. Yeah, so watch The Matrix.
There you go.
There you go.
So we'll probably do a Resurrections review on CAPECAST, not CiNEMACHiNE. For reasons. We got our reasons. Anyway. All right, guys.
Well, to break up the show, we can do it we can do it there.
Well, welcome back, Ryan. It's good to see you
back
again. Alan, thanks for coming as always.
Yeah,
and I guess we'll see you if you are so inclined. Come check us out on Thursday at CiNEMACHiNE. We'll see if Ryan makes it or not. Hopefully he will.
Yeah.
So until then, see you next time on CAPECAST.